On there, John Hart is going to be busy with his new staff. What's next in Atlanta?
Here we go.
It's a great question, Matt. And by the way, the show is going off the rails. I get on the first flight home. Now, as for the Braves, they're a team that can do a lot of different things. They kind of need to decide where they are in their evolution here. Now, there's been talk of trading Evan Gattis. Teams will say that the Braves are pushing Gattis hard. John Hart came out yesterday and denied that, said it's totally inaccurate, but remains to be seen what will happen there. Is that they are trying to decide what to do with Justin Upton and Jason Heyward, both entering their free agent years, and clearly they would probably like to trade one of them to get something back rather than lose these guys, or one of both of them, simply as free agents and get draft picks in return. So, how much offense do they want to give up? When you talk about Gattis and Upton and Heyward, when they were 29th in the National League in the Major Leagues in runs scored last year, how much do you want to give? Do you consider yourself, if you're the Atlanta Braves, a true contender for next year, knowing that the Nationals are going to be quite strong? Or do you take a step back,
get rid of Gattis,
you trade off some of these parts, and point toward the opening
keep
of
Jason,
the ballpark in 2017?
and
John Hart is
Justin.
an action guy. You guys
get rid of
Gattis.
Gattis.
Worked with him. We know how his mind works. And I would be very surprised if he simply sat still this offseason. They've got some big decisions ahead.
Hey, Ken, the one thing that's puzzling to me, I know they want to move, somebody, free up some place for different guys to play. You're talking about three pretty good big league players, and Justin,
this
Upton,
is the only
Jason
way.
Heyward, and Evan Gattis. And with Heyward and Upton approaching that free agent possibility, is it finances?
This is the dual screen,
they can't lock
so
them both up?
you have to look at my OP face.
I don't know that it's finances, Harold, but you're right. They probably can't lock both up. They might not want to lock both up. Jason Heyward offensively might want to be paid like a middle-of-the-order guy, like a top-of-the-order guy. And Upton, his price, yes, it might soar out of their comfort level. Gattis is really interesting. There's like 43 homers and about 720 at-bats in his career. That's an awesome projection when you look at the lack of power in today's game. And the Braves say, well, we can stick him in left field. We saw Travis Ishikawa playing left field in the World Series. We saw Matt Holliday play left field. He's not a great defender. Well, all right, Harold, but this is their public stance right now. We'll see if they hold to it. And, again, my question is more, how do you lose all this offense and replace it if you're going to compete? If you're not going to compete, okay, but we'll see how, again, it all plays out.
We profiled the Mets a little earlier, Kenny, in regards to their move signing Michael Kadire to the 2-year deal. We've spoken about the Braves here. The Marlins are a team.
All right, I don't know, man.
A surplus of young talent. What about their efforts to keep
what do you think we should do?
Long term?
Get rid of Gattis.
About their desire to sign Giancarlo Stanton long term.
All right.
Sorry. They would like to get this done.